Hi gang, Scott here. In today's video, I've got a quick tip for you about controlling spectral highlights on wet rocks when you're shooting at the ocean or in a stream or near a waterfall. We're going to get those bright spots on wet rocks. They look great. Wet rocks are much more exciting than dry rocks, but we can have some highlight problems we need to tone down. So here I'm in Lightroom. This technique works really with any of the tools that allow you to adjust white point and manage highlights in a selective manner. So I have these rocks here. They are pretty tame now. There's certainly still going to be spectral highlights through here. This is well after the sun came up. Rocks are catching some of the sun. They're going to be shining things back at us. But in the radial tool, I've got a few points on these two foreground rocks. Let me highlight this one here. You can see what's going on there. I've just tailored it to cover this rock individually using the invert option in Lightroom so that everything is inside and on top of this rock. Bringing down the whites and the highlights. So toning those down. If I were to undo those things, whites, highlights, it's just much more glare, much more shine. Let me undo those two things. Undo, undo. And it tempers it down some. It's subtle. It's not a dramatic change. And that's what we want, right? We want something that still looks natural, but it just doesn't have that glare that we get off of wet rocks. Let me show you the same thing on this rock here, which is even darker, and so we may even see more pronounced difference. Reset the whites, reset the highlights. You can see that one's really shining, right? This is a much shinier surface. Let me turn off these pins so that they don't get in our way here. Really, really shiny. Undo the highlight adjustment. Undo whites. That one in particular really tones it back down and brings it back into something that makes sense. It's not completely lost its shine, but it's just not overpowering. So subtle tweaks, but if you're working with photos in rivers, streams, waterfalls, ocean, even a fountain, anything that's going to be wet, stone sculptures that are going to reflect light, take a look at localized adjustments, toning down the white point and bringing highlights down a little bit. It'll take the edge off of it, and I think it'll give you a nicer, stronger photo overall. Hope you found the tip useful. Got questions? Drop them below. And until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Have fun.